What made you join/start the program?
Well, I didn't start the program. The program, Mentors Care, has been around since 2009. It was founded by Dina Petty in Midlothian, Texas. I just happened to be the coordinator that Mentors Care hired for Wylie ISD. This is the fourth year that the program has been here. Mentors Care presented at a Region 14 conference, and Mr. Light was a principal or a superintendent that chose to sign on the dotted line and bring Mentors Care into Wylie High School.
What is the purpose of the Mentors Care program?
Three big goals for every student who's part of the program. The first most important goal is graduation. Second goal after that is reduced disciplinary referrals. And then the third goal is increased attendance. We do that by pairing students with mentors, adult mentors from the Abilene community. They meet with them during one elective class a week, and they talk about the day. We go over grades. We have something called talking points that are just topics to help point them in the right direction toward graduation.
How do the mentors get picked for?
They apply. They fill out a Mentors Care application, which is on our website at www.mentors.care. Every summer, I have to recruit more mentors because we have mentors that after they have been with a student, sometimes they choose to take a break. They fill out the application, we do a background and a reference check on them, and then I bring them in for training, and then I pair them with a student. That's probably one of my number one things I do, is to pair the mentor with a student.
How do you get the pairing process started?
Wow, that's interesting. That's a great question. I usually meet the mentors during the training. I get a feel for them, and then of course I'm getting to know the students, because every student who wants to be in the program or is recommended for the program, I interview. And then based on my interview, I say, would you like to join? 99.9% say yes. And then based on those two, just based on learning the relationships and my feel for each mentor and mentee, I pair them up. Does every pairing work? No. I'd say usually there's about one a year where it just doesn't seem to be clicking, which is normal. And as I tell all students, the program is here for you. So if you don't feel comfortable, then I'm happy to repair you. Most repairings I've done, I think I've done 2 or 3, they've always gone well after that.
What do you think the hardest part of this job is?
You know, there's no hard part. I love what I do. I think some of it is just listening to the kids and some of their struggles. But I think what I want parents to know is having a student that is yours in the program, we're like an extra level of support. We every day try to encourage them. Students that are in the program get 2 snacks and a water every day. Those snacks, when they come to get them, give me a chance to see that student, see how their day is going, engage them, always talking about positivity, always trying to make sure that they see the positive things that are going on in their day-to-day lives. Because high school kids, it's hard. There's a lot of drama in high school. Social media, it's a crazy thing. I didn't have the pleasure of having that, thank goodness, in my high school days. And I just think it's a real challenge. And we are just an extra layer of support for parents.
What do you think the best part of this job is?
It's watching the students grow. It's watching them, if I get them as a freshman, and this is a special year for me because I have 32 seniors this year. So most of those seniors have been in Mentors Care all 4 years. Watching them grow up, watching them mature, watching them start to make better choices. You can ask most seniors to go back and what would they say to their freshman self. And a lot of it is I wish I would have worked harder in school. I wish I wouldn't have made some of those choices I made. Sometimes they say, I'm glad I did, but I got them out of the way.
How does the community support Mentors Care?
I'd say that's a great question again. 2 things. One is I always need mentors. Wylie ISD and the Wylie community has been great with that. I always seem to have the right amount of mentors. Again, this graduation class is 32 out of the 73 students that are in Mentors Care. So I really hope when I start pushing out stuff on social media during the summer that people feel moved to become a mentor. Of course, you can follow Mentors Care on Facebook, on Instagram. You can go to my Facebook page and follow Mark E. Blakely, and that's where I always push out information about the program. The second biggest need, as I mentioned, 2 snacks and a water every day. Well, when you have 73 students getting 2 snacks a day, that's roughly 150 snacks a day, 750 snacks a week. We try to do healthy snacks. We want snacks that act as brain food. We started with Takis and we learned that that just didn't help their digestive system, so now we focus on really healthier snacks that make sure their brain is engaged and doing what they should be doing in school. So if ever you want to make a donation to the program, go to Sam's, go to Market Street, pick up a box of healthy snacks, granola bars, fig bars, whatever you think is healthy, and just drop them off. I always invite people, if you want to come and see what Mentors Care is all about, come see me during lunchtime, 11:30 to 1:10 every day, and you can get a feel for what goes on in this room.
How do you feel about the progress the students have made in the Mentors Care program?
I remember my first 6 months here. I knew that grades were something that was important. And in the first 6 months, I expected that I thought, coming from the business world, working with people, trying to inspire them to do good, I thought these students would work on their grades and they would change immediately. Well, I learned a valuable lesson. I learned that, and it's a great analogy, my mentors and myself, we are a tugboat trying to move a super tanker. Students have been in this way for 15, 16 years. So I'm a new voice. They're not always going to listen to me right away. But as I watch over time and as they mature, they understand the importance of grades. So that's the key there.
What's your favorite thing about the growth the Mentors Care program has had from freshman year to now?
You know, this program took off really well. The junior high counselors that I met with in the summer gave me a stack full of referrals. So when on day one I had students to interview, we were able to get the program up and running. We were supposed to have 25 students by Christmas. We had 45. My maximum number was 65. Well, I had hit 70 by February or March. So this program has always been very stable. It's been supported by the Wylie community as far as mentors go. Of course, snack support is key, but it's been great how the community has surrounded us, but this program has always been strong because the teachers support it, the administration supports it, the counselors support it. Anytime I need anything, the school and the school district is quick to step up and give me what I need.
What can you say about your work with Dr. J this past year?
The chaplaincy program, which is now in its second year, is a great addition to Wylie ISD. Last year we felt the best, or the school felt the best way to get Dr. J involved in working with students is to have him in here. Because as I said earlier, there are a lot of kids who aren't in Mentors Care that don't get some of the time and attention that students that are in the program get. So Dr. J was quickly able to build rapport with students. I think another great thing that Dr. J does, and I think this was Mrs. Berry's idea, is to be sure Dr. J talks to teachers. Because by the way, teachers working with high school kids every day, as hard as you guys might believe, it's not easy. And I think Dr. J has been good for the teachers that have turned to him. All the students, because not only do I have the 73 students who are in the program, any student can come eat lunch in here. Any student can come in the morning before school. They can come in after school. And I get to build relationships with a lot of kids. And sometimes it's a unique lane, I feel, because I'm not a parent and I'm not a teacher. So sometimes kids feel they can talk to me. Now know that whenever they bring up a serious situation, which we would call a cry for help, I immediately get counselors or licensed professional counselor involved, because the safety and the well-being of all students is also an important concern.
Overall, these past 4 years, what has been your just absolute favorite thing about the program?
I think it is just, again, seeing you guys grow up. Watching you walk out the doors ready to face the world. Having you know that you have so much pride in the person you are as a senior versus where you were as a freshman. You don't think about change, and you think this is how you're going to be in your freshman and sophomore year. And we constantly say, you're going to get through this. You will grow. You will mature. And that's the fun thing to watch, because the senior you is a really great product. And then, by the way, there's still more to do. If you want to go to trade school, great. You want to go to college, great. You will continue to grow, and you will continue to shine, and your confidence in yourself will continue. And that's the key. My biggest goal is to make sure you guys have as much faith in you as I do. I appreciate you guys taking the time so people in the community kind of get a feel for what Mentors Care is all about. I look forward to getting new mentors for next year. I'm going to miss my 32 seniors that are graduating this year, but I enjoy every day because no day is the same. Anyone is welcome to come visit, and if you have any questions, you can always text me, email me, however you can get a hold of me. I'm not hard to get a hold of.
Good morning, Darion.
Good morning.
What is your favorite thing about Mentors Care?
If I had to pick a favorite thing about Mentors Care, it's really just the environment within the room itself, all the cool people you meet, friendships you make, dynamics you develop, and especially the relationship I have with my mentor.
Can you go more into detail on that?
My mentor is a guy named Wes. You'll see him later today. We met towards the tail end of 2023. Spent like half the year with him, and then had him the past 2 years. He's just a blast, man. It's like I can talk to him about anything. He always has something good to say. And I just really enjoy our talks together.
How do you think Mentors Care has helped your peers?
Help my peers?
Yeah.
I just feel like across the board, Mentors Care is just a huge positive, not only academically for students who are struggling, but also for mental health. So, Mr. Blakely has made such a huge impact on my mental health alone, and I feel like just you can pull anybody who's in the program aside, they have nothing but good things to say about him.
Do you think the community in Mentors Care is friendly?
Oh, definitely. It is one of the friendliest places on this entire campus. I'd say the friendliest.
How do you think your relationship with your mentor has affected your everyday life?
Very positively. My meetings with Wes have really given me a lot to think about over the past couple of years, and it's just a net positive overall. He's helped me realize a lot of things about myself, what I really want, how I want to be perceived, how I want to act.
How do you feel Mentors Care has helped you prepare for college or life after high school?
Mentors Care has also been really positive in helping me prepare to be able to walk out of these doors in the spring. Now I know just exactly what I want to go to college for, when I want to go to college, and helping me figure out where I want to go to college.
How has Mentors Care helped your grades, if at all?
Mentors Care has given me the extra push I needed to stay a consistent student. Because the thing was, I'm a smart student. It's just, my ADHD act up, and I think about a lot of stuff, and I just wind up getting behind. But Mentors Care gives me the nice, encouraging push that I need to stay on top of my grades and assignments.
How do you interact with your peers in Mentors Care?
It's really nothing but laughs and jokes in there. It's just a really nice environment. If you're in that room, basically, we're all just friends. We're just hanging out, having fun.
Do you like the end of year luncheons that we've had?
I really like those. It kind of feels like, I don't know, I guess a culmination of like what you've been working towards the entire year. And at the end of them, I typically just look back and go like, man, who was that guy in August? And I've never seen him before.
How do you think Mr. Blakely has done during his years here for like Mentor's Care and all that?
As I was saying, he's been a friend to all. He's just really positive. He's a really positive influence on pretty much all of the students on this campus.
Do you think you've reached your end goal, or do you think that's going to be like at the end of the year?
Okay, a really good thing that Mentors Care has helped me realize, sure, it's great to have goals, but there isn't an end goal. As long as you keep breathing, there's something else that you can go work towards. I think for this semester, I've definitely reached who I wanted to be whenever I walked in here at the start of this year.
Do you have any closing statements or ideas, thoughts?
It's just, if you're ever shy about stepping into that room, just walk in there. Nothing bad is gonna happen in there. It's probably gonna be one of the best decisions of your life. Mr. Blakely is just one of the best men I know, and he has been nothing but positive for the growth of every student on this campus, as well as within the Mentors Care program.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
What made you consider to become a mentor?
So Mr. B reached out, Mr. Blakely reached out about, what's it been, about 3.5 years ago, I guess now? Or no, 2.5 years, I guess. And I had volunteered for other stuff in the district before. I think I was on a list somewhere or something, and so they emailed and asked if I had if I could carve out an hour or so a week. And, I said, sure, I can do that. That's not a problem. And I've spent some time around, kids in the past that didn't have ideal situations or whatever. So when they approached me, I had no idea. I didn't know him yet. I didn't know, but I thought, well, I've done a little bit in my lifetime. I got a little bit of experience, and sometimes people just need somebody to talk to, and I can listen, I think. So I said, sure, I can do that.
How do you think your mentoree has grown?
He's come out of his shell a lot, for sure. So I feel like the first, his sophomore year, he's a senior now, his sophomore year, it was pretty much like pulling teeth every Thursday. I think it was Tuesday, maybe we were meeting then or something. I don't remember. Didn't really know each other, and it just took some time. Sometimes I'd talk to Mr. B about it and say, he doesn't really want to talk to me, and I don't blame him. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. I don't know what to say. And he'd say, yeah, just show up, and it'll happen. I think it has. I think it's come a long way, and it's just from being there.
How do you feel about the program?
I wish it would have been around just a few years prior. I know of a couple of people that would have benefited from it. I think it's a great program, and it's probably a lot more people that could use it than I don't want to say kids. These guys are pretty much plumb near voting age, but there's a lot more probably that could use it. I don't know how many kids are even in the program or anything like that, but I know that just thinking about people I've known over the years and stuff that just had different situations at home or or health issues or whatever that affected them that could have benefited from kind of a third party unbiased person to chat with. And
how do you feel like you've grown during the experience with your mentoree?
Man, that's a whole can of worms. I do feel like I have. I feel like I've got some situations, not going into a lot of detail, I've got some situations in my personal life dealing with some people that just listening to some of the things that Mr. Blakely has said, you know, some of the just generic handbook stuff they give you and whatever, and then, you know, just our conversations every week. I feel like I think people tend to exist in kind of a bubble, you know, and their perception of the world is only what's in that bubble, you know. So you step outside and get into somebody else's bubble, and it changes your perception of things. Then I start realizing about other people that I see, people that I work with, or people that I interact with in my personal life or whatever, that maybe having a little more understanding, because I don't know the whole situation, you know, and that's actually a whole thing that's happened in the past week or so at my shop, having some conversations about just being a little more just understanding. You don't know what's going on, you know. I'm the owner, so I know what's going on in my employees' lives, but they don't know each other. Sometimes they get frustrated with each other and don't really know the whole situation, you know. And I think this whole experience kind of helped me to just understand that everybody's got their own bubble, you know. And a lot of times the Venn diagram of your bubble and someone else's bubble is just two circles that don't cross, and that gives two people a very, very different worldview. I mean, I think that we probably would interact more outside of that 1 hour if I've got a company I run and 2 other things I do on the side and 2 kids at home and 2 older kids, and I stay pretty busy. And I think we probably, you know, play Xbox a little more or something like that if I didn't stay so busy. But I think we're super cool.
Would you recommend more people to become a mentor?
Yeah, I mean, my wife and I are both from the restaurant industry, with most of our careers in the restaurant industry. And we've always said that our kids, when they get older, they're going to work in restaurant or customer service or something somewhere, right? Because that's been our experience, and we think that's a good way for people to kind of experience, like we're talking about, like experience other people that they wouldn't necessarily interact with on in their bubble, you know. And I kind of feel like that about this situation. I think everybody ought to be a mentor to a mentee, and then, you know, they should graduate and then become the mentor. I think it's can only be eye-opening and a positive experience, you know.
Are you excited to see your mentor graduate?
I mean, I ain't gonna have nobody to talk to 1 hour out of the week, so it's gonna suck. But yeah, I think he's definitely gonna change the world for the better, and I'm anxious to see what he does.
Do you have any last statements or anything?
Not other than what I've already said. I guess I think it's a great program. I think everybody ought to be involved with it. I don't know that it's not really realistic to have every single student in the school involved with it, but I think more should be involved, and more adults should get involved with it and all. And I think overall, it's a good experience. Not everybody's going to have the same probably experience that we have, and pretty much everybody could benefit from this situation and seeing the world through some different eyes, and you know, just giving a little bit of their time to help out however they can, you know.
During lunch and stuff.
Turn my mic on! Turn it on!
About to walk up there and punch you.
Turn it on!
Please put that in the bumpers. Put that in the
Oh, bloopers.
bloopers.
Who do they call? Nobody knows.